The family, good night, everyone. Welcome to our Sports Friends the podcast. I'm your host, Levana. With me tonight, I have Devin. Man is back in the building. We have Mannings, man. A man who is in a buoyant and not just buoyant, I mean a flamboyant mood. This man just feel over the moon right now. We also have Ryan in the building and we have the one of the calmest persons you can find around. Steven, Mr. Leng, the doctor in the building as well. Welcome, gentlemen. How are you all doing?
Good.
Good night, yeah, man. Good.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, since we're on that, what better way to start it off than let's look at the first fixture of the weekend. 6:30 a.m. We saw what a lot of people touted as a big matchup between Chelsea and Manchester City. I mean, Chelsea were going into this game unbeaten, and people had them as the title favorites. Well, people still do have them as the title favorites. However, Man City had other plans, and Man City came to play and they ended up getting a 1-0 victory. And if you ask me, you could say that Manchester City basically bossed that game. Ryan, you being the Chelsea man, were you dissatisfied based on the tactics that were implemented by your coach?
No, because I understand what you was trying to do. Because before that, when 3-5, we looked very good when we did that. So I understand him wanting to give a try from the start and wanting to have a midfield base of three. But we got unstuck. And if it's because we haven't played it consistently or what, but somehow we got unstuck and we couldn't come out of our own half. But sometimes that's how football is. The laws average catch up on you because we were like 3-0 against City, and I guess this was the one that we were due to lose. I prefer lose this one than the one before that.
Okay. So you're saying based on how you guys play throughout the game, not let's bypass how the team set up and all that. Were you satisfied based on how you guys actually play in the match?
Well, I can't be satisfied with that. That there's nothing in that game for any Chelsea fan to be satisfied about in terms of playing style. We really didn't do anything to the extent that we couldn't even get a shot on target. So uh, for me, there's nothing to be satisfied about.
Okay. Oh, Mannings, man, you spoke about Manchester City failing to find the back of the net and their players not really looking as sharp as they normally look, and especially them lacking a number 9. However, on this occasion, the man that people said that is a fake 9, he's not a Brazilian. He popped up this time with the winner for them. And also let's point out that whenever Gabriel Jesus scores for City, City tend to always win. So on that basis, Mannings, were you satisfied being a neutral football fan, seeing how Manchester City actually play this game? And could we say that Pep actually used tactics to beat Tuchel in this one?
All right. So I mean, I had picked Chelsea to win the game. I think that was my pick that they would have won the game because I figured that City would have struggled to score. I think Pep got his tactics right because they won the game. So you have to give him credit for that. But I felt like as I was watching the game, I wasn't sure that Chelsea went into the game with confidence to win it. I almost felt like he was very conservative. Tuchel was very conservative in his approach, and like they just never flow to the blocks. I don't know if it was a wait and see, but they just never came out of the blocks. And I know there's this struggle, I think, with Conte. Should I start him? Should I not start him? Like, whenever he starts Conte, I think like that's probably more defensive, that he opts to play because of the team that he's playing against. And I think that affected their chemistry going forward. I think if he had started with someone like a Havertz, who is more offensive minded at the beginning of the game, it could have changed the tide of the game. But I felt like Pep, like I said, Pep got his strategy right because he won the game and they pressed Chelsea from beginning to end. Like, this was a comprehensive high press performance by City, and I was surprised because I didn't know that Laporte would have played. I think Lukaku
Told
struggled.
you so.
Well, Pep is a trickster. I keep telling people that the players are injured, and then all of a sudden you see all of them pop up on match day, right? So I think there's a little bit of trickery in that. He always, but no, I know. But that's my thing. I think Lukaku was like, I mean, was ineffective, um, and maybe he should have changed Lukaku.
So,
And
management, why are you surprised by that? Because you remember the other night when we were on the podcast, I said to you specifically that whenever it comes to big games, Romelu Lukaku goes missing.
Yeah, I didn't
So,
remember that. I know. Well. Listen,
but
because remember,
but to be fair though, the entire Chelsea team went missing. So why you going to put it on Lukaku
the
if
fact
he's not
remains,
getting the ball?
the
If he's
fact
not
remains,
getting the ball, if he's not getting the ball as the striker, what is he supposed to do? Go in midfield? Go defense? Where? What?
whatever you should do. But the fact remains is that he went missing in a big game. Again, no matter how you
The
want
entire
put it, say rest of
Chelsea,
the players were
the
missing.
entire Chelsea team went missing. So I'm not going to put this on him.
Ryan, I'm saying no matter how you want to
I
put
get
it,
what
that the
I
whole
get what
entire
you're saying, you
team
know.
was
I
missing.
get what you're
He was
saying,
also
but I'm
missing.
saying it's not like we had a seven Chelsea team that performed well and Lukaku went missing. This was a case of the entire Chelsea team, barring maybe Silva and Mendy going missing.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he still went missing. Fact is fact.
Well,
But
if you want to target, well, if you want to target him, go ahead.
I want to say welcome to the stream, Owen, Pepe, and Jeremy, and big up on yourself, man. Next up we saw Man United taking on Aston Villa, and Man United got a Bob Marley as well by Courtney in the house. I'm going to go to Devin on this one. Devin, I know that you're not a fan of the English League nor the English teams. However, Man United has assembled a squad with
Still
this
watching.
coach that they expect to actually challenge. However,
Yeah.
this man over and over and over has proven that when it comes on to being tactical, he lacks that. And it was proven once again against Aston Villa, even though people are saying that, oh, Bruno should not miss that penalty and what have you not. However, it shouldn't have reached a point where United had to be depending on a penalty to actually salvage a point from this game. So, with the team that he has assembled, do you think that they should have been a walk in the park over Aston Villa team who were missing one of the key attacking player in Leon Bailey from this game?
Oh, definitely. It should have been all right. When you look at the squad of Man U and the squad of Aston Villa should be at least an easy two goal winning, like 3-1, 2-0, whatever the math will be, but at least a 2-goal win for this team. You have Cristiano Ronaldo up front, you have Pogba, you have Fernandez, you have a lot of young players. I know what a guy named Anthony Marshall is, not Marshall, what's his name? Rashford is out.
Greenwood,
Greenwood is still there. Yes,
Sancho.
you understand? I remember in the game, there was a Man U game when last I was here and I was saying I'm not gonna blame. It was a Champions League game where that guy give away the back pass, and I say, yo, there's no, you can't safeguard against that. The coach can't do anything against that. You know what I'm saying? Because the next game, the following game after that in the league, that guy scored. Same guy scored. What was his name again? Lingard. Right? But really and truly, like in those games, you have to go for the win. And I don't like the setup. I don't know when Fernandez just came, because even though I don't watch it no even though I don't like follow, I don't really have a team. I still watch the league. When Bruno came, the thing was, how are you gonna use Bruno with Pogba? Are you gonna use both of them together? Are you gonna use one? I don't know if he figure out which strategy is best enough. Because by now, he should, over that time, say, all right, we have experimented, see, all right, which is the best combination. Should you use both of them? Or are you going to use them link up with Ronaldo? I don't know. I know they should have that figured out. I'm not going to blame for any substitution or not, but just overall, that game should have been an easy win. And then when I see, okay, Leon Bailey, wasn't available for them to, oh gosh, man, there's no excuses. Levon, this time I can't defend him because the last time I was defending the coach, you see, all right, you can't safeguard against certain things. You know what I'm saying? Against, I think it was young boys,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
this time, any criticism you have come with the coach in terms of tactics, in terms of the overall substitution, where you're criticizing for the last game. You know what? I can't make a case for the coach this time. I can't make a case for the coach this time. Not at
Okay.
all.
So, here's Jeremy in the comment section saying that most people calling for Greenwood. Here's it. Most people calling for Greenwood for being selfish. Well, yeah, they were calling him out because, to be honest, a lot of decision making by him was poor in that game. However, I'm not going to kill him because as a striker, if I'm not getting the service, I'm going to go for the goals most times. But I think that he could have done better on certain plays. He could have just
There
run
was
the ball
one where you
across.
should have definitely give it to Fernandez.
Yeah, that one should have been passed. So
Oh,
for that,
definitely. I agree with that. Yes.
but I heard an argument earlier today that I have to pick up on. So I heard it on a particular station. Not going to call the station because we're not giving her any free promo. But anyways, I heard a producer saying that when you look at United and you look at Ole as a coach, Ole was brought in for stability. He was brought in to actually bring some stabilization to United, and it has been what 3 full seasons that Ole has been at the team. So you were saying that you can't just let go of a man after he has assembled his best team. So it leads me to think that why is it that you think that after 3 years, this man is still going to need time to actually implement certain strategies that you have not seen over the past 3 years?
No, you can't talk about stability after 3 years. Stability is what you can maybe make a case for Arteta for because he's just getting his players now. But Ole has had way more than enough time to be doing more. Even though you can say, okay, he just got Sancho, Ronaldo, what have you. The fact is he has had more time. And there is enough evidence to make a case against him right now. You can't use that excuse in terms of stability and whatever else. That in past his honeymoon period has been up a while now.
All right, good pick up, Ryan. Because, all right, for instance, you look at a man like Klopp when he just came to Liverpool, right? Yeah, he went, what, 2 seasons or 3 seasons without a trophy. However, you could have seen an identity with his team. You could have seen what he
Precisely.
was about. You see what he was getting at. When you look at Ole, you know, you have to be there scratching your head. To be honest, you know.
The other thing about it, he has gotten players in, and he's still using McFred. When you have Van der Beek, who is a way better footballer than both of them in the pivot, being on the bench against lesser teams. Why are you using McFred against lesser teams? So he clearly, and you have Pogba playing as a winger, so to speak, inverted winger, what have you. I can maybe make a case for understanding Pogba, but Van der Beek, who is a better footballer than McFred, Van der Beek should be playing in that double pivot kind of thing because he's a better on the ball footballer, a more progressive type of footballer. So why are you bringing in progressive attackers, but your midfield pivot is dormant? That don't make sense.
Yeah, but another point that I want to touch on. You know that since Fergie, this is the only coach that we have had that doesn't have a style of play because you know that under Van Gaal, you just expect a lot of back pass, side pass. You could actually see what he was doing. Play back pass and side pass. Under Mourinho, you just know that you're going to defend. With Ole, you know, as I saw someone say today, this man is all about freestyle. That's his style of play. Just tell the player them say go there and freestyle. That's it.
Just wing it.
So I was there as like, since as there's no identity under this one, and he has gotten in all the players that he had, well, not all, because it said that he still wanted DM, but I've seen him long enough to actually know that this is way out of his depth. This squad is too large for him, and sometimes you'll be there and sit back and you watch and be like, some of the decisions them are just poor. For instance, you were chasing, well, not necessarily chasing, but Aston Villa are having the better of play Saturday, and yes, I understand that you're going to bring on Cavani for whatever reasons, but you already have Cristiano Ronaldo, right? Why don't you send on another creative outlet? Since as Christie is there already in Sancho, why don't you try to give some confidence into that man? Say, hey, here what? Since as you're about freestyle, go out there and just do something, create a chance for Cristiano. Let's get a goal. Personally, for me, the Cavani substitution wasn't the right choice at that point in time. But I mean, some fans may agree, some may not, and that's just the nature of football. And I also saw people saying that the goal by Aston Villa was offside because Watkins was in a offside position and he was actually impeding the goalkeeper.
He
So
was
a lot of
And
people say it was.
he was in an offside position, yes, but he wasn't impeding. The angle where he was standing had nothing to do with the goal.
Yeah, but as I said, it's people that I saw making that claim. But for me
He was
personally,
just like what
yeah.
Harvey Barnes did twice last week.
Mhm.
That is impeding and have something to do with the goal. You stand up in the line of the vision of the goalkeeper. The angle where the ball came from to where Cornhouse put it had nothing to do with where Watkins was standing.
But again, Ryan, it comes down to the point that I made initially. It shouldn't have reached to that point where United had to be depending on those situations for it to impact the
I
game.
agree. I agree with you.
But as a United fan, all I want to see is the back of this man. He's out of his depth and won't be going anywhere with him. But the thing with me is that I've accepted it that he's giving the Glazers what they want. So what can I
Can,
do?
can, can I ask you something, Levon?
Sure, go
Because
ahead.
you said that this squad is too big for him. But before you got to that point, you said that he got all the players that he wants. So why would he get players that are too big for him?
he get
Go
what
ahead.
you want, but he can't manage it.
So so what? But that's a question I'm asking. How can we say the squad is too
Mm.
big for him when he's the one who got the players to come in?
All right. So Manningsman, if you look at it now, right? He wanted all these players. Now the players are actually there. It is being proven that he can't manage these players.
Which player that he can't manage?
A lot of them. For
Give
instance,
give give me
all
an
right,
yeah. Give me a couple examples.
they said Van der Beek wasn't his pick. That's what I've seen multiple times. That he wasn't the one who wanted Van der Beek in. It was more of a United helping out Ajax out of a financial situation. That's what it's being said. However, when you look at for instance a Sancho. Why is it that they're going to buy Sancho to play right wing? You know that right wing has been an Achilles heel of this team for the longest while. And you brought in the man, yet you have only played the man on left wing. Yes, we all agree that as a footballer in this age, you should be able to play both wings and all of that. However, United issue has been on the right hand side. You brought in that man. Why isn't he playing on the right wing? You consistently try Macfred. You saw that it hasn't worked out because both of them are basically the same. If you look at it, Fred is the type of footballer where when his teammate has the football, instead of Fred trying to find spaces, Fred
Did
runs
did did
directly
did he
into his
did he
player.
buy Fred?
He didn't, however,
Okay.
Did he sell Fred?
that is what I'm going to get at. And
Oh,
what I'm
okay.
saying
Go
though,
ahead.
what I'm saying though, Manning's one is that he has brought in some players, hasn't utilized them properly. So it simply
Who
suggests
has he brought in though?
you want to list all of them?
No. Well, what I mean, you don't have to go through all of them. Give me the main one because Bruno Fernandes that he has brought in has been significant for Manchester United.
Yeah, he has. However, it has since tapered off because if you actually watch Bruno from he came in versus the Bruno now, you're looking at two totally different players.
The Bruno that when the season started, you guys were telling me how much, that he had goals and assists and thing, and he and Pogba, I think he had a hat trick. It was the
Yeah, he
hat
had a
trick.
hat trick on the first day, but again, as Shakes was on that show, and Shakes said that it was nothing to be all that over the top about because
So
again,
the
it was
man
league.
scored his first hat trick in the Premier League.
Mhm.
And you're saying that he's not. I'm wondering if you guys maybe there's genuine thing, but I'm wondering if because if some of this is we just don't like. Well, you guys just don't like the coach. That could be because when you really look at the team, the man got Bruno Fernandes to have what I call a historic season last season.
All right, Manning,
Oh,
so let me
oh,
ask, let me
oh,
ask you a question.
oh.
Really,
Let me
I
ask you
don't
a
want to
question.
get in. Really don't want to get in this.
No. I'm
I'm just
going to ask you
asking
the question.
questions. You know.
Manix,
So
man,
now
we have
that
a
Kems
lot.
have come,
We have a
now Kems have
lot.
arrived, I will jump off. I'll come off this because I don't want to be
We
beat
have we
by
have a lot of time here,
by
man.
the
So,
match.
hear up, Manix, man.
Yeah.
When you saw, put away your Arsenal bias and just being a football fan right now, can you see Manchester United having an identity right now? You see an identity?
I can tell you this, that last season I thought they did. He managed them very well.
Again, let me ask you.
So
That's
coming
another
into this,
Answer
question
the
though.
question. Answer the
all
question
right,
that I asked
huh?
Manix, man. Do they have an identity? Do you see a particular style of play?
With Manchester United,
Yes.
Yeah. So let me answer you. This season, I've seen less of it. Last season, I watched game with Manchester United, and I mean they had poor form at home, but they had one of the best records away last season because of how
Yeah,
we
but
set up his
what
team
was their identity?
defensively.
So their identity was away record.
No. So let me give. All right.
All right.
So what I'm saying to you, all right, like really, all I'm saying to you is this:
Uh-huh.
last season, outside of Old Trafford, how they set up themselves defensively, they were one of the best in the league. If you say there's no style of play, it just so I'm going to give it to you. What they did defensively last season is just buck-ups. Argument done, if that's what we believe. Because style of play is also defensive. It's not just offensive. We talk football too
So you saw.
often.
So you're saying you saw a defensive style of play last season.
They were very good defensively last season.
I
Very
No, I'm
disagree.
good.
not ever asking that. You saw a defensive style of play last season.
Let me say it again. Away
Yes
from
or
home
no?
last
Just yes or
season.
yes or
Eh?
no?
Style
Yes
of play,
or no?
Manix, man.
So what do you mean yes or no? How people I like to tell people to
What
answer
does that mean?
questions.
What does that mean? Yes or no? Yes or no?
It- I believe that Manchester has a style of play.
All
I
right,
believe
But
can
again,
I
so. I believe that they have a style of play on the Olegan Solskjaer.
can I get a talk, please?
I really believe so. That's why I think they should keep him.
Kems, go ahead.
Go
Can
ahead.
I get a talk? Because these people talking about Manchester United and they're not Manchester United
Thank you,
fans, right?
sir.
So let me tell you now, and I'm very serious when I'm very serious now about my Manchester United, right? This coach needs to go. This coach needs to go. This coach, like if you look at the let's look at the top four teams. You have Klopp, you have Pep, you have how you pronounce this man, Tuchel, whatever
Focus,
you want to
focus,
name him.
focus.
You have you have three big coach, and you have Ole. Bang on average, right? Average is not synonymous with Manchester United, and it should never be. I don't care if you're a club legend, this, or I don't care about none of that. If you can't coach, you go one side. No. Let us look deeper. As a pivot player, there is no way I am putting Pogba on the left where he's not as good as he is in the pivot to put Fred there. That are joke coaching. That are not even Manning Cup coaching. That are primary school coaching. Zin? All right. So then let's say we have Fred here. Then we get in players. We have Sancho. We have DVB. Them man they can't get in the game. But how Fred are play all the time? If Fred then a Manchester City, I guarantee you Fred not play. If Fred a play for Klopp, Fred not play. So why is it that he might play for this bug coach? This coach was no good, as Levon talk about the identity. When we look at the identity of Manchester United, let's say they might play against Aston Villa, right? They might play against Aston Villa. I may try to look for your identity. May I try to find. Manning's man say they were very defensively. Like, you think that have nothing to do with Ole, or that just have to do with players? Manchester United have great players. Manchester United have a great squad, but we don't have no coach. So it's just anything when you see that I produce on the field right now, I just the player brilliance. I just the Ronaldo, I just the Pogba, I just the Bruno. But in terms of if you say the coach supposed to do something for influence the game, like me can't see that. I've yet to see that this season. I've yet to see that last season. I've yet to see that the season before. Ole are the only coach when I win nothing. Why am still dead? Why am still dead and you know win nothing? Arsenal win something, Leicester win something, City win something, Liverpool. like Liverpool had an injury season last season. And every player where the coach and buy them in at the squad. Grealish, Manchester United, Manchester City win the league, never win Champions League. Them were 100 million for Grealish. Grealish in at the side. All because big coach find a way to put the player in at the side. All right. Tuchel and buy Lukaku. Guess what? Lukaku in at the side. Me not care about Timo or this a person, Kai Havertz. Lukaku in at the side. Because guess what? Big coach find a way to put players in at the side. We buy Sancho, bench. DVB, bench. But Fred, in at the side. What kind of coach that you can tell me now? What kind of good coach you can tell me now? So this coach, buy a Sancho, we are star up, Dortmund, but he come now and he's him a count nail. Him and DVB a fight who will count the more nail in at the bench. No, tell me now, man. No, on a serious level now. No fed up on this coach. Come and put 1,000 US dollar. 1,000 US dollar. So Manchester United are gonna score. And now you tell me now, me not care about who have penalty duties. 90th minute, Cristiano Ronaldo have to take my penalty. Me was dead with him to take my. Me don't want to hear about no Bruno, no Pogba. This man is clutch. This man is a legend. This man is one of the top 3 greatest footballers of all time. This man must take the penalty. He must. But the coach don't have no balls. He don't have no arm. He's not strong enough. He's soft. So as a result of that, this coach have to go. If me have to write a petition, he must go. He's just not good enough. Although I say top have to go, him the pan top level. A top level him the pan. Him just not good enough, man. Him just and it's fed up right now, man. Fed up.
I agree with you with everything except the penalty part.
No, man.
So basically, what Kevin just said, Manchester United is a top 4 team, but they don't have a top 4 coach.
Them have a bottom 4 coach. Him then at the Norwich coach level. The Norwich coach will get fired too, and that's a holiday. Because him can't influence a game. All right. Him see the game I go with Aston Villa. May I say, all right then. Come on. As a coach, how me judge you as a coach is how you can make changes to influence the game. All right. When I play well enough, how can you change up the system now for influence the game for come and get these 3 points where you probably don't deserve? Cannot do that.
Yeah.
Cannot do that as much as me laugh off for Arteta and things. You see Arteta out there try. Arteta try different little things and so shift up little things and see how it go. When Arteta play against, I think, I remember which team he play against. First half it was bad. Second half the man come around and change the thing. I think I did Chelsea them play against. When I did Reece James, when Reece James I run rings around them. Second half him come change the thing. Ole is like the man going at halftime and just a smile off his face. Yes, guys. Continue doing what you're doing, guys. It's impossible. I don't want to see Pogba on the left. Pogba after that. I prefer Pogba and McFred. But it can't be Pogba and McTominay. Fred can't touch a field. There is no way I can have a side and say, my side want to win the Premier League, but Fred in the middle. There is no possible way. I can't say Fred in the middle. Fred I go against a man like Fabinho. Fred I go against a man like Kante. Fred I go against a man like a Fernandinho. And a Fred, me I put up Fred. Me I put up Fred against these players and I say, hey, this is what me have been on and this more win the league with. A joke thing, Bridget. Joke thing.
So Fred against De Bruyne, Kevin.
All them thing there, a joke thing now. Fred can't pass a ball. Me I watch Fred.
Even Suchek and Rice better than McFred.
Alright, hold on a second because Steven has been here and I want to get
that's a West Ham pivot.
I want to get Stephen in. Stephen, you have heard all the arguments from these guys. Do you think that we are being unfair to Ole or he deserves all the criticism?
What I'll say is that Kim sounds like a Manchester United fan. That you guys have this spoiled. You know that Klopp won the league with a little youth when take out of the academy where Nathaniel Klein couldn't get in a game. Trent. We weren't.
No, but Trent evolved. No. Trent evolved.
No.
Trent,
yeah, but
Trent became one of the top 5 best right back in the world. Fred is not that, neither is McTominay. So it's a bad comparison.
I'm saying he took him out of the academy and bought Robertson from Hull. So Fred not being hold on. You rant and you have a good time. You sound like a typical Manchester United fan. Okay. I'm saying Ole, I don't think he's a top coach, but I mean to be complaining about Fred. You know that in the English Premier League, you have to have some kind of solidarity in the middle that's gonna try and win the ball. I just think Van der Beek gonna be too slow. You're going to ask Van der Beek to pass, be creative, and run back and win tackles like Fabinho. It's not going to happen. It's just not.
So is Fred doing that?
He's trying.
You see Fred do that?
He's trying.
Hold on there. Hold on there. Hold on there, Steve.
Hold on there, Steve. Steve, hold on, Ryan. Steve, you see when you try at Norwich, you try at Brighton, you try at them seed. When you come at Manchester United, you come for play a ball. We spend the most money in the world, and you tell me so we can't spend on a good defensive midfielder. What joke this is that, dog? We don't want to hear for that try. But man, you gonna try the championship, brother.
But the thing is, you have
just one quick point about Van der Beek. We saw Van der Beek in a deep role for Ajax, and they went to a Champions League semi-final. So Van der Beek can play the role at the highest level.
He just can't play under this coach because this coach don't know how to use him. That's the simple thing. This coach don't know how to use him. Him can tell Fred to run up and down because of that Fred I do. But in terms of a play disciplined football where you need to play and man-to-man football, this coach have no clue. But Stevie, you can't make a point and I tell me say Klopp evolve these players, Trent and Robertson. Obviously, we just tell us a Klopp a big coach.
Exactly. Come on, Steve, I never expected that point from you, Steve.
So,
no.
Personally for me, I always say this, that in terms of coaches that develop and make mediocre players look like world-class players, Klopp is next in line to Sir Alex. I always say that. So come on, Steven.
No, but what I'm saying is you have very, very good players in almost every position. Luke Shaw is a monster. You get Varane now. Greenwood is a monster. Afraid of that guy every time I see him play against Liverpool. I fret. Either him or Rashford, if him start over there where Trent playing, I fret. Because those youngsters are exceptional. What I'm saying is that with the squad that you have, I think Ole, with one more season, because remember, he just got in Ronaldo, he just got in Varane, he just got in Sancho. Why not give him the season and see how he integrates all of these people? I know you're fed up, but he's just gotten his full complement that he wants.
All right. So
why not give him to the end of the season?
Let's put it out there now, Steven. This man, when he got the job, right? He said give him 4 seasons. This is his season that if it doesn't win anything, this man should go through the door.
But I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. That's what I'm saying.
No, you said give him one more season.
To the end of the season. I should say to the end.
I think he's referring to this season.
Okay.
This particular season. He has Ronaldo, Varane, Sancho. Give him a try.
No, Steven, this is my thing. This is my thing. You know, chance of winning a pick balloon. This is my thing. Right now, we don't know how long we're gonna have this quality of players, right? So we have to hurry up and get a coach who know how to manage these players, who can manage talent, who can flourish talent, who can probably make Fred look like a footballer, probably. But right now, Ole is not it. Like we see it in the Europa finals, we see it in this league, we see it in the Champions League, we see it against young boys the other day. Like, how much more, Steven, hold on, Steven, I'm gonna make it talk. How much more evidence we need that this guy is just not it? Like, we have seen it for a while now, we've seen it this season. We are going to continue to, if somebody have the gun and say they want to shoot you, we're going to wait till them shoot you and say, okay, you serious? Or we're going to start retaliate before that. We have to make a decision, man, and Ole is not it. He's just not it.
All right, Steven, respond and then I move on from you next.
James, I have bad news for you. Moyes came, and there's this big hullabaloo on the show one night about him not getting all the players that he wanted. Van Gaal came and tried to establish his philosophy. Now you have Ole. If Ole goes, I can guarantee you, because a lot of the players, although they are great, Cavani, Ronaldo, those guys are older guys. So if another coach comes in, he's going to want to take some time to establish his philosophy. And it's probably another 3-4 years before you're in the reckoning again.
Not true. All right, look at the Chelsea coach there. Oh, this man just come in and just hit the ground running just so. Like, oh.
All right, I'm going to have the final say on this because, as I said, we have to move on. So, to answer to what you just said, Stephen, you see the same thing that Lampard did for Chelsea. Ole has done the same thing for United. Tuchel come in and take over from what Lampard had established because Chelsea realized that Lampard couldn't get them over the hump. Now it's time for United to get that coach to get them over the hump as well. That's it. Let's move on.
Yep. Agree.
I don't. To be honest with you, I think Lampard do more for Chelsea than Ole has done for Man U.
Let's move on.
That too.
Next up, we saw Leicester taking on Burnley, and we call this, well, some of us call it as a draw, some say it as a Leicester win, but boy, Leicester started off this season up and down. They don't look good. And yeah, they have been plagued by hinges and all of that, but you actually expect them to do better than how they're currently doing. But Jamie Vardy scored a trick. Well, one of those goals were in his own goal, but game in the 2-2, Burnley got a point, and boy, Kemsey not looking good for you because Burnley just sneakily keep on getting those little nagging points, and my bet look like
You know where Burnley is in the table, right?
yeah.
Burnley do this every year, Tim.
Oh.
Every year Burnley do this.
Exactly.
No, they're not. Oh, they're not making
They
it out this
start
time.
slow every year.
Okay.
But let's talk about the game itself, and I'm going to start with Stephen. Stephen, you're a man that you know that Rogers normally coach your team and all that. Is it safe to say that this will probably be the season that Rogers will struggle with Leicester, knowing that they have been plagued by hinges, and as I said, they haven't looked like a good team. They have brought in what's his name, Patson Daka, and he hasn't really hit the ground because he hasn't started either. So do you think that Rogers will actually struggle this season, or as I mentioned on the previous podcast, that they're probably doing things a different way this time around? They normally started off hot, and when it matters most, they tend to peter off. No, they've started off slow. Could they get better from here? It's something that we'll just expect to go through to the rest of the season.
I expect them to pretty much give us the same honor about, but I see Rogers trying to make a concerted effort to get defensively more sound than they were last season. But I think in doing that, I think he's probably overcompensating a little bit. So some of that attacking thrust, attacking in droves and wing backs flying down and getting crosses in. And in fact, the 2 goals that Vardy scored were because Burnley went wide open, which we didn't really expect. Burnley is getting braver now. So I think that they're going to be more and less the same, but I think they're going to concede less. But they might score less. I see him making an effort to try and be disciplined defensively and not helter-skelter. So I think they're going to be pretty much the same, but they're going to concede less, but they're going to give up something less. Because not everybody, like Burnley, is going to give you open and allow Jamie Vardy to run on you. It's not going to happen every week.
Okay.
Any idea when James Justin comes back? Because that would be crucial.
No idea.
And because of that, they're not going forward as much. Because Justin is a monster down the flanks.
But Manningsman, on a podcast we talk about Maxwell Cornet, and I was just wondering when Sean Dyche was actually going to give him the start. Well, he finally did, and boy, what a goal it was from him. Manningsman, go ahead.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So remember, I think I don't know if it was Demo who said that it was going to be a 2-2 draw, but I did say that this is Leicester's bad year. Every Leicester is like this. They have one good year, and then they have a bad year. This is going to be their bad year. It's called the Brandon Rodgers Leicester syndrome. He is like this, that he has a good year, then a bad year, and Leicester.
Well, they have had 2 good years, 2 fifth finishes.
Well,
technically, they have 2 good years.
Well, I think Corona probably helped with some of that. Let's say that. But this is going to be a bad year for them. They are not finishing as high as they did last season with all the buys. I think they're really missing Fofana and Justin. I think those guys are very good in their defense. And I think Sonny Archie, or what his name, has fallen off form. So But listen, I said this. The thing is that Burnley does the same thing every week. And one thing you have to do, you have to appreciate consistency. It means that you believe that you can have success with what you do, right? And they trust Chris Wood and Ashley Barnes, and Vidra is the guy who came on. I mean, they could have stolen the game. I mean, it was a very close offside goal. Yeah. But they do the same thing. I have to give credit to a coach that no matter who he gets into, this is like a coach who has a plan. He has a plan and he plays a system, and everybody who comes and play at Burnley plays the same way. You'd think like these guys were there. You'd think like some of these guys were there. You'd think like Carnett was there for 3 seasons. He just fits into the system, and that has to do with the coach, right? And so I unlike him, I believe Burnley is going to find a way to reach up the table and won't be in no relegation battle, because they keep doing the same thing, and especially big teams are going to keep struggling against them.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to change up to play Burnley, and Burnley said, listen, this is what we do. They're like the Stokes. You remember when Stoke used to be in the league? And our Bolton, Sam Allardyce, they just played one way, and that's just it. And they trust that way. And that's what I like about Burnley. It's not attractive, but consistent.
All right. Next up, we saw Everton taking on Norwich, and all the hullabaloo by Kim's talking about when last Norwich did this, when last that, and all of that. 2-0 in the coffin of Norwich, and Norwich is where they are expected to be. Ryan said it multiple times that this is a team that they refer to as a yo-yo team. This season they're up, next season they're down, and we don't expect much of Norwich. They're still at the foot of the table without a point. Everton's keep on getting better and better, and man, it was such the noise at the stadium on Saturday, man. Benitez would have been pleased by that because the fans were involved from the get-go, and it's something to behold. No, Kims, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Can you ask him to share his historical facts that he shared for the Everton Norwich game? He was sharing. He had several historical.
Oh, you want me to repeat for the audience?
But Kim, what's happening with that team Norwich, man, that they expect to stay up?
As I told you before, as we have discussed about other teams, this is the furthest this coach could go, and Norwich needs to change coaches because this coach has reached his maximum capacity, can't go any further, can't do any better. When I look at Norwich, because Norwich ever really played that bad, when you look at it, Norwich ever played that bad. They had 10 shots. They had more possession. They had 53% possession. So, they were doing their thing. They just didn't have the goals to match. So I think this coach, I think the locker room tired to hear this coach mouth. He's repeating the same thing week in, week out, and nothing is coming. So until Norwich get a new coach, I'm out on Norwich. I'm saying it right now.
So why did they pick them to win?
Huh?
Why did they pick them to win? Based on what you're saying now.
I never picked them to win.
You did. You told us about. Let me tell you, Everton. You know who?
Man, think he's slick, think you forget it.
No, but seriously, I'm out. Don't ask me anything about Norwich. My prediction about Norwich staying up is null and void until a new coach is appointed. Because this coach, he doesn't know what he's doing. And Ole 2.0 doesn't know what he's doing.
Everything when things not going is a new coach. New coach for Jamaica, new coach for Manu, new coach for
Manu syndrome.
All right. Next up was West Ham taking on Leeds, and as expected, it was an end-to-end game. Leeds actually did well, and Kim's got this prediction correct. But as Kim said as well, Dan James would have affected this game, and he did to an extent because he played well. And one person would have to give a lot of props. So even though they ended up losing the game, that youngster that started at centre back for Leeds, he was absolutely very good. And his name is Charlie. Go again?
And Melia, those saves.
Yeah, both of them were good, and it just petered off for Leeds when Rafinha went off, because that once Rafinha goes off, that's basically rest of Leeds attacking impetus right through the door. So that was a bad thing for them, and boy, Antonio popped up with the goal, and it seems that the Jamaican syndrome is out of him. He's back where he knows what he can do, and he scored. Devin, so far West Ham has looked decent this season, and they're staking a claim that they could actually be in the top four because Moyes said it himself that he thinks that they can actually reach to the point where they're a top four team. Do you think they have a genuine chance of staying up there or reaching there through the season?
I would more say Europa than top four. Honestly, I would say more Europa than top four. Man is still there, Chelsea is still there, Liverpool is still there, Man City is still there. So the top four stretching, top four stretching. This is one of like I saw 3 games over the weekend. 3 games over the weekend. This game, Liverpool game, and Man City game. So this game was like I was expecting the game like to be like a 3-2, 4-3, but it ended up 2-1. I was just expecting end-to-end stuff. Watch a game. It was just a good game. After watching this game, and I'm gonna say this. After watching this game and the Liverpool game, for this season 2021 and 2022 EPL, yeah, I'm gonna give it to you the best league. I can't make a case for my Spanish league, right? And I like the German league, but right now for this season, until La Liga will come back to be the best league. But right now, I'm gonna give it to the EPL after watching these, especially those 2 games. Not even Chelsea and Man.
You're 3 seasons too late, but it's okay.
Nah. We're not gonna go there.
Definitely.
Make sure when they book in Europe, you all take care. Just like Man, you never take care of Villarreal. Remember when we were on that podcast now, Man, you should have taken care of Villarreal, and then everybody was saying Man, and then what happened? When we go back to the same thing, blame the coach. Anyway, like Kems made a point, and I was listening to the debate when he was on the radio about there's a thing with once the players come to the Jamaican setup, they don't look that good. So I guess even though it's a bigger league, but Antonio really, it's really shining, and it was a good goal. I was watching the game, and he come up when needed. I don't know if something will transfer. Just like I'm hoping, like when it comes to the national setup, even though we may not have the coach that we desire, the quality can, get us through. But as for the main question you're saying, the top 4, nah, I'm giving them Europa. Top 4 is pushing it.
We need a Rice. We need a Rice in the Jamaican midfield. But Levon, one quick thing before I know you have to move on, but one quick thing. You see me tell you about Leeds? You see which part Leeds there? 19th place right now. I'm going to tell you already, Rafinha will always play good and score him goal. But the whole league figure out Leeds now.
Actually,
is it like
18 Leeds there.
All right. Congratulations. 18. Relegation. Right? Same thing. See what Manningsman said? Manningsman tell us that Burnley play the same way. You have to respect that. The thing with Leeds, them play the same way. Absolutely no defense and all out attack. And they will lose all the way back to the championship.
Okay, boss. Next up we saw Watford taking on Newcastle, and Watford thought they had it one at the end, but here comes VAR. It was rightly ruled out offside for Joshua King.
Yeah.
Ryan, what you thought about that game and the overall play of both teams? Because to be honest, I thought it was a good game overall. No? Both of them played end to end, and any one of them could have won it. And it was a very good goal by Sean Longstaff. I have to give him that, man. He picked his spot well and it nestled. So I have to give him that. What you thought about it?
Based on I saw the highlights, so I didn't really see the game itself. But from what I saw of the highlights, it seemed to have been a good game. If Foster wasn't a YouTuber, maybe he would have done better with that attempt at a save. But good goal regardless of the fact. Was a really good strike by Longstaff. And it was a decent game. VAR got it right at the end with the disallowed goal. But decent game from both teams who are trying to stay up this season. So wasn't a bad game based on, as I said, I saw the highlights and what I saw seemed to be an interesting game.
Okay. We're not going to waste any time, so we're going to move on. We saw a 6-goal thriller. And Demo in the comment section talking about he's doing this and he's did that, but do you guys recall, or Manningsman, remember when I said that 10% of my brain saying that this game will end in a draw?
Yeah, I think I already said 1-0.
No man, I said it will end 1-1. Remember Kems?
Oh.
I remember.
But so said so done. It wasn't a 1-1 draw though. It was an entertaining 3-1 draw, and we have to give it to Brentford. As I keep on telling you guys, if you talk about team with identity, you talk about Brentford under Thomas
Yep.
Frank. They have a set style of play, and no matter who they play against, they are going to remain with that set system. Go ahead.
They seem to be
I,
the
I
lead
know
of
I
this
know
season.
I know you're going to make Steven talk about his lovely team, but before you do, Steven, I want you to mention how the soon to be Jamaican international deal with no big bad defender. I want you to address that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But Mohamed Salah reached what 100 goals in EPL, and it was a very good achievement
One
by
of the
him.
goal for Liverpool in EPL, that's all right.
Yeah, 100 goals for Liverpool in
He's the
Yeah.
EPL.
fastest.
Yeah, but Stephen, you look at the game itself, and first before I move on, as always, now we have to give homage to our Jamaicans. Now, so Ethan Pinnock scored his first EPL goal, and it was good instinct by him to get on the end of that cross while was fumbling around, and good instinct shown by him, and that is what I love to see central defenders do at times. Rudiger did it last week when Werner gave him the opportunity to blast on the ball, and that's what I love to see. But Steven, what happened to you guys, man? Your defense were at 6s, 7s, and 8s.
Yeah, we didn't show up to play on Saturday really. Attacking wise, we should have scored more. But you talk about identity, but sometimes coaches make little tweaks based on who they're playing. And no, Van Dijk has been playing fairly okay since he's been back. But you know that this man is coming back from a long-term injury. Why not put a big centre forward on it and on him? And that is what Thomas Frank did. It's like every time you get the ball, run at Van Dijk, run at Matip, win the header, you know. And the second ball, they got it a lot quicker than we did, and our defenders just didn't show up to play. Trent, I thought he was playing central midfield at one point. I'm looking like the next Javi. I don't know what was happening over on the right wing where it should have been. So I thought Liverpool were a little bit too casual. They thought that they would have come to Brentford and just ride it out. Even just before the third goal was scored. They were there passing around the ball, you know, just trying to manage the game and, you know, but Brentford would not have it. And when you have teams like that, you have to sit out to the end. And you could see Van Dijk, some of the tackles that he would normally go into, he was kind of leaving it for Matip, if you realize. It was kind of, you know. So I think Brentford played very well. We defended horribly, but we still should have won that game, probably 5 or 6-3.
Hold on, Stephen. But I can't make a getaway with Van Dijk. This is what I heard, you know, and you can correct me, Manning's man, Levon, anybody can correct me if I'm wrong. I heard that Matip, so your little birdie tell me, say Matip is top 3 or top 5, one of them,
Right.
top 3, top 5 centre back in the league. I heard that Van Dijk, even though he's not back to where he,
Kims, you incorrectly said though. The man said easily had that in front of it.
easily, right? And he said, Van Dijk, even though he's not back to full fitness, he is still a big top 5 defender as well. So Liverpool now, and I'm just going by what Liverpool fans say, right? So Liverpool have 2 top 5 defenders, and the almost Jamaican international is running rings around them. So what's happening? Brentford, I'll tell you this. As bad as Ole be, Brentford can't score 3 against big skip round there. Impossible. Big skip and Varane round there, Brentford can't score 3. Against Chelsea, big bad Rudiger round there, Brentford can't score 3 against them. Against Man City, with big bad, what name them? Can't remember.
Yes.
Diaz
Yeah.
Brentford can't score 3 against them. So right now, all I'm saying is that I know it's one game, but that top 5 argument highly suspect. That's all I'm saying. It's highly suspect.
But Kev, it cannot be highly suspect after one game though.
Yeah,
Matip has been Matip has been sensational in the last season and a half, actually. He has been fantastic. And Van Dijk, although not at his best, some of the tackles that he made in those moments, it's easy for central defenders to get careless, and give away free kicks. He won the ball well and used his body well. It's probably not 100, but we can't be looking at the status after one game. Really? Van Dijk
it's not only. No, it's not only after one game, but I take into consideration the opposition, because if I can remember well, when Arsenal played Brentford in the first game, I heard Ben White was getting laughed at, or Brentford run rings around Ben White. So I'm saying, all right, then cool.
I hear that.
And
I hear that. I hear that Ivan Toney kill him one time.
And I say Ivan Toney. Okay. I just want the thing is with me, Stephen, I love consistency. So I want the argument to remain consistent. I don't want to batter Arsenal, but then no, Liverpool get a pass. No, sir.
No, but I said Thomas Frank, you spoke about identity. They have the 5-3-2 going forward, but I said they made an effort to kick the long ball in between the center half pairing. I said that. And Tony was brilliant. Okay. Yeah, it was fantastic. Okay. But I'm saying we should have outscored them.
But Kems, in fairness to it's a small sample size in one game. Remember, like you make a good point about opposition and who they play. But this is the sixth game, right? So 5 games before this, they only conceded 1 goal. So I don't know who you're alluding to make the statement or who made the statement, but they probably were assessing the team after 5 games. So 5 games, only 1 goal to score on them. So now 6 games to play, and then it's just 1 game, 3 goals score on them now. So it just hard to say. All right, whoever make that statement is a ridiculous statement. It's not entirely ridiculous as yet.
No, the thing is, Devin, I don't want you to accuse me wrongly in a teach. Don't accuse me wrongly. I didn't say it was a ridiculous statement. All I said was that there was arguments made about a particular pair of defenders,
right?
And I just didn't see that over the weekend. That's all I'm saying. And I said that you said that the sample size is small, but so is the sample size of Arsenal, so is the sample size of Manchester United, so is the sample size of all these teams. But we still criticize them.
No. But look at it. The 2 players that you're mentioning, 5 games. Did they play together? Look at that. They conceded 1 goal, and in 1 game they conceded 3. I mean, you can't really knock them down. Like
Devin, it's based on opposition though, because if they had done this against say a Man City or a Chelsea, probably Kems would just let them off the hook. Say, it's a big team they conceded those against, but they're talking about
Brentford. I understand that.
But Levon, remember that I think last season we barely beat Leeds 4-3 when they came to play open football. So it's not something weird on the club teams to go to high press, high intensity, lower ranked teams. And
Leeds was first match this season though, so that was like a pre-season.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's weird. It's not weird. Sorry, it happens.
No, but
it's not weird. It's not.
But also, Devin, you're making my point now, because this is the 6th game of the season. They only conceded one goal. Remember them play against big powerhouse Chelsea.
That one goal was against Chelsea.
Yeah, even though Chelsea went down to 10 men, but I'm saying that the big powerhouse, the 2 top 5 defenders, Brentford can't score 3 goals against me. 1 goal probably, but 3 goals, no man, they can't. We don't give those excuses.
All right, all right, okay, I understand what you're saying, but suppose, all right, let me not talk about futures because I now look at all right, I take your point, but it can be argued both ways to say, all right,
Brentford can't score 3 against United. No deal.
I don't really know about it.
It happens in sports. You remember 2005? You remember that Liverpool team that won the Champions League? That Liverpool team on paper was rubbish, rubbish. Apart from probably Gerrard and the keeper. Crespo, Maldini. What it happens? They conceded 3 goals and it's a rubbish Liverpool team. It happens.
Right, you can't make it as because somebody can say it just match up on the style of play and how they play. They were just playing open. It just
all right. Well, all right, we're going to move on.
This one thing I'll say: when Arsenal played against Brentford, I told you guys until your team play them, Be careful what you say.
Yeah, man, you said it. You
You
said
hear
it.
that, Kems? Be careful what you say. You hear that, Kems?
It's
You said it
17.
one thing.
Brentford
Brentford
can't
rarely
score 3.
lose at home. Kems, let me tell you this. You see, if you get one love from them, they don't need to score 3 goals if you lose by 1.
Brentford,
Which
all right, let me tell you.
would mean your position would be worse than Liverpool against Brentford. Just remember that. They don't need to
Brentford
score
can't beat my
3.
side. Brentford
Oh,
can't beat my side.
Kems, are you sure you want to say that, Kems?
Brentford can't beat my side. Document this, producer. Brentford can't beat my side.
All right, let's move on. Another one in the heart of Kemskem said that Wolves would have won this game, and Wolves ended up winning the game 1-0. And Raul Jimenez is back on the score sheet after over a year. And you saw the jubilation on the face of those Wolves fans and those Wolves players. And Mannings, man, we kept on saying that he hasn't played well, but they stuck by him, and he repaid them in this game, and he scored a decent goal.
Yeah, very good goal. Listen, and my thing is that they needed somebody else to score because Iron Balloon only setting them up, and they could not continue.
He never started this game.
I am telling you, the coach is listening to Manny this month. I think, but I'm happy for Wolves, and for Raul Jimenez coming off. I think a couple of games before he took off the headband, just coming from that major injury that he had. And no, like I said last week, I think there was a fear in just him. And like I think he just took off that headband saying, listen, I can't be bothered with this. Let me see what is going to happen. And it gave him some freedom. I am happy for him, and I'm happy for Wolves. I think we had it as being a 1-1 draw. I think that was
we had it as a draw.
As a draw. So I'm happy for them because I've always liked how Wolves play. I mean, they have good defenders, good midfield play. If they have any struggle, it is that they always sell one of those forwards that help to score. They get rid of Jotas, to Liverpool. But it's a team that I really, really I like watching. From Nuno was there. I think this coach has kind of kept the same core, and they play some good football. Unfortunate for Southampton, who I thought had a good game. I think they could have gotten something out of the game as well. But yeah, maybe they should have. You understand me? But when they don't make the most of your opportunities, these things happen.
Okay. Ryan, what you have to say about Southampton? Because they have drawn 4 games so far, and they have no lost one. So Kims might say things looking is better for him because he wants.
Southampton's strength over the last 2 seasons at least has been their start. That is what has kept them up in the league. So if it is that they go according, because Ralph plays such a high press system that the back end of the season they tend to burn out. So if he gets the point by say March, gets to 40 points by March again, then they'll be safe. But if he does not, then there will be cause for concern, assuming they play the same system throughout the season.
Okay.
Well, all I have to say, right? All I have to say, and let me just say this real quick. Southampton plays 6 games, draw 4, lose 2. 0 in the win column. Remember, I have Southampton to go down, right? And if I'm not mistaken, they're playing, who they playing next? They're playing Watford, that's a L. Playing Aston Villa.
That's a W.
They're playing Aston Villa, that's a L. And Norwich first win. So that's a L again. So that's probably, I'll say, let me be fair. 1 draw and 2 L's. So,
all right, give me a lot of numbers.
It's not going good for Southampton at all.
All right, let's move on. Mannings, man, we have reached a point of the show that the center stage is all yours, boss. It's all yours to just gloat, feel happy, feel chirpy, and all those adjectives. It was a complete.
Please don't go overboard, please.
It was an absolute complete performance by Arsenal, and they wall up Tottenham by 3 goals. It could have easily been more. But Mannings, man, as I said, the floor is all yours. Go ahead.
Listen. Let me be the first to admit it's very important that you allow coaches to get the players they want to play for them and implement their system before you pass judgment on them. I think they deserve an opportunity. All right. And many people have been giving Arteta, they have given Arteta a very hard time. And that is because most of us as fans, we want immediate success. Nonetheless, now that you have seen him with, you'd say, 7 players who are part of his squad, like that he brought in, that he wanted Aaron Ramsdale. He wanted Tomiyasu, I think his name is. He wanted back Odegaard, right? He wanted Samuel Akanga, Ben White. There were other options. He said, these are the players that I want. Then a couple of the goals, you saw how they took the ball, especially the second one, where we could have lost the ball. Granit Xhaka, who many people think like, why would Arteta? He asked Granit Xhaka to stay and not go to Roma. He was the one who turned right at the top of the box. Poor pass by Ramsdale, and it was from there that they scored the second goal. And it looked really good when it works. And so all I'm saying is that maybe we need to now look at the coaches when we're assessing them and ask ourselves, do they have the players that they want, and have they had enough time to implement their system?
Because can I step in the chat for a minute? Right. I'm saying I'm going to stop in the chat for a minute because I just want to point out something. You remember Arsenal when they had Wujic Szczesny as the keeper and Bakary Sané as the right back?
Yeah.
I know we normally use Sané as a outlet with those long passes.
There you go. You head the ball, right? Always.
You notice that you kind of see that relationship developing between Ramsdale and Tomiyasu. I mean, it's a small sample size, but you have seen something of similar nature with both.
Similar thing. He always takes it to the right and kicks it out there. And they never used to try that with whatever right back they used to have. Or they don't try it on the left side. I'm just telling you that sometimes I think we can be, and I'm just talking to my Manchester United friends, that sometimes we can be very hard on the coaches.
No,
and
Question management.
Yes.
Management question. Is Ramsdale a better communicator than Leno based on what you have seen so far?
I think, listen, let me just answer quickly. Yes.
And he seems a lot more confident. I don't know if he's more I don't know if he's more competent, but he seems a lot more confident.
And energetic. I think going out and when a man saves a ball, you want that behind you because he's very vocal. He interacts and he engages the fans. And so I think it's a very good performance. I think by the second half, the game was already won. And I think they conserved because they were high pressing. So they really were conserving. Tottenham got back into the game. I think the game could have been stopped though, because the referee could have given the free kick. He didn't, and I think Mora fell into Xhaka, which kind of affected.
The ref had no reason to give a free kick there.
No, for Tottenham, there was a free kick.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the ref had no reason to give a free kick there.
Yeah, right. And I think but the keeper made a brilliant save because right after that, Mora kicked a shot that if that was not saved, it would have been a problem. I'm just saying, sometimes a defender looks a particular way based on who he plays with. Look how different.
In other words, if Leno was in the goal, it would be 3-2.
But not only that, if Ben White was playing with Rob Holding, I think the result would have been different.
I agree with you.
You have, in coaching, they talk about A centre backs and B centre backs. Like Ben White is a B, he's not a leader. Gabriel is a leader. He's an A centre back. So when you have and Rob Holding is a B centre back, not a leader. So when you put Ben White and Rob Holding there, then Lukaku gonna run rings around them. When you put Mari there, a B centre back, you're gonna run rings around them. And
I'm not so sure. I would say Ben White is not a leader because he was the leader at Brighton.
Really? Over the captain? The captain was the leader.
And Leeds, that season with Leeds. So I want to say that about Ben White.
Not true, Ryan. At Leeds, Liam Cooper was the leader, always. At Brighton, Lewis.
No, it's not like White was a. It's not like White was a beta player at those teams.
No, but then I get Ryan. What
he was the standout player.
What you're not getting, what he's saying is not about standout in Ryan. It's about leadership qualities. That is what Manningsman is getting at.
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily see that with Ben White. Ben White is not someone that is going to come beside you as a player and say, hey.
He needs a leader around him to bring the best out of him.
when you say leader, you talk about talking our actual performance on the field.
What?
I mean, like,
That'd be a
let me give you,
combination.
like, Ferdinand at Manchester
Because at
United.
Leeds, White was the best player in the defense, and at Brighton, White was the best player in defense. So I'm trying to figure out what is leadership in your opinion.
Let me give you a good example of leadership in that, because listen, you can be you may not be all right. David Luiz is a leader, but he may not be the best centre back out of the two, but his leadership helps to bring the other centre back along. In other words, that person wouldn't look so good if they had an immature centre back. And that is why when Arsenal had like Per Mertesacker, Koscielny looked worse when Mertesacker wasn't beside him, though he was a better defender than Mertesacker. But Mertesacker leadership brought out the best.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I get your point. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So Mannings, man. I know it's a small sample size, but I came on here the last show and I beat your number 10. And I say, this man has yet to show up in the EPL, in the EFL, Arsenal favorite cup, him show out and him doing right. So, Smith Rowe, him definitely played. Smith Rowe played a good game. I like how involved he was. Didn't seem like he was running away from the moment. It's a big derby game. Young youth to tell me he was 20, I think 20 something. Yeah,
20.
He was 20. Yeah.
20.
Yeah,
And
20.
he can play for Jamaica. Did you know that?
Yeah, but he's not
Yeah, we
coming.
know.
But get me right. I really like how he played. But let me go on the other side. I know a lot of people are saying, yes, should I make Hurricane leave? Yada yada yada. I don't see Hurricane playing in the defense. You see this brother one named Tanganga? One time I had bring him up on this show, that's Tanganga guy. This guy is not EPL quality right now. This guy is not good enough. I'm not even like no front, he's not good enough. Then Dele Alli, I see why Mourinho had him all the way at the end of the bench. Because this guy is not a footballer anymore. These guys don't want to play football. And Arsenal, I'm not taking nothing from Arsenal. I know Demo said that Arsenal is now on a roll. They beat up Norwich, beat up Burnley, beat up Wimbledon. So now they come and then beat up Tottenham. And I'm also going to say, Mr. Nuno has to be on the hot seat. I know it's only 6 games, but as Demo said too, Tottenham were lucky to win the games that they won, like a 1-0.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Nuno, I have seen, after those couple games that you barely win, I've seen no improvement in the side. I've seen no improvement in the quality of play. I've not seen you put your coaching imprint on the game. And, a lot of people were saying he's a poor man's Mourinho. Probably that is indeed true. He doesn't seem like he fits his Tottenham team at all.
But
The players don't look like they're playing for him. The players don't look like they enjoy playing football for him. So, he's on the hot seat right now.
I think, let me just say this, Stephen, quickly.
Yeah.
I think they need to sell Hurricane in January. I think he's a distraction with Tottenham. Because he's not even the captain. He was the captain. They took the captaincy from him, though he's playing.
Was he?
No, yeah, it's Lawrence is the captain.
No, man, Lloris was
Kane
the
was
captain.
never the captain. Kane
Huh?
was never the captain.
Kane
Lloris
wasn't
has
the...
always been the captain.
No, man, Lloris was the captain, man.
Okay,
Kane is the
all right.
captain for England.
Right, all right, watch me. But I think Kane needs to leave in January because I think this is the hardest thing. If you have a player in the club, like I don't know how Pogba turned around, whatever happened, because it's hard to keep.
We've seen this before. We've seen this before. Players, last year Sancho never played no football until January, and him turn around him see. So these things happen.
Okay.
Yeah, but who wants to be staying behind the ball when you can have Grealish and Jesus feeding Sterling? Why would you want to be standing behind the ball under Nuno?
Exactly.
He probably needs to go in January.
All right, before we move on, Manningsman, you have followed these players. So, how does Emile Smith Rowe qualifies for Jamaica?
His
Grandparent. Grandfather. I think he's his just his grandfather.
Check it.
Yeah.
All right. With the final game of the EPL match weekend, we saw Crystal Palace taking on Brighton, and I call this one as a draw. And it turned out to be a draw. Neil Maupay popping up with a late equalizer after Wilfred Zaha had scored from the spot. And I said it that these are two teams that so far seems like the little break that happened the other day, the international break, kind of helped Patrick Vieira, that Crystal Palace starting to slightly play a bit better. You can see what he's trying to implement with them now. So they have looked better, and the form of Conor Gallagher has helped them a lot. But Brighton on the other hand, had they won this game, they would have won top of the league, and I'm sure this is not something that Brighton is accustomed to. So probably that's why they say, hey, we're not used to this, so let's not go up there. But on a serious note, though, Stephen, you think that Brighton can make a genuine push for I wouldn't say a top 6, but a top 10 finish this year?
Yes, without a doubt. I think the coach has implemented his system, and I think the players are buying into it. And I think they're gonna have a little bit more consistency. You know they're going to play out from the back. You know they're gonna have a good central midfielder. He's very good on the ball. You know the wing back's gonna come narrow. Same thing all the time. And I think some of the games that they lost, sometimes that's unfortunate. So I think they're gonna push through. I have them for a 10th place finish.
What happened to Lamptey? Is sold? Is transferred? I don't know. What happened to him?
No, man, he was injured. He's just coming back, man. He was on the bench today.
Oh, he was?
Back,
Okay.
he came back the last game before this. I believe he played the first 45 in the cup. And they just starting to integrate
What
him.
type of injury?
I don't quite remember what injury it was, but he was injured for a long while, man. But as I said, and I believe I said it on the podcast Friday, that just imagine when Lamptey is back fully fit and him along with Cucurella running down those two wings. It will just be wonders for Brighton. The only issue that they have is that Maupay is a garbage striker, and so too is Danny Welbeck. So that is where the issue will come for them.
Yep.
I think Crystal Palace should have won the game, though. I don't know. Maybe I watch the game.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Crystal Palace. To me, Crystal Palace played better, and had more chances.
Rather than you, that's the game.
Yeah. I think they need to make some changes in January as well. What about the Eduardo guy? I don't know. Is he that bad? That I don't know. The guy that brought from Celtic, because I don't know.
Remember that he scored 2 on debut, so come on.
And
he scored 2 on his debut.
And after that,
they played Liverpool after that.
They played Liverpool at a game that he never started. Because the coach thought that Benteke.
But he never started in the game that he scored too.
No, he never, because that was his first game.
Exactly. So not started in Liverpool has nothing to do with him scoring, because
but he scored 2 he scored 2 from his first game. You'd expect that he'll probably get the start, man. But man, you can't, just like you said that we shouldn't write off Ben White, you can't write off the man. Just 3 games the man played for them so far.
Okay.
And not even 3 full games as a matter of fact. So can't write him off. But
I don't know why the two are you brothers? I mean, wherever they go, they always starting. Like, what is this fascination that they are that good? Like, they have some. I mean, they have ownership in the team. Like, wherever they go, they always start and always wonder why.
True.
Both brothers.
It's true, man. But
well, that's good thing for them. They always choose to go to some small clubs, so maybe that's why.
So before I move on to the next segment of the show, I just want to say for everyone that is tuned into the show right now, ensure that you like the video, and for those who haven't subscribed as yet, please ensure that you hit that subscription button. Just keep on doing the right things, man. Now we're going to look at the UEFA Champions League, and this surely will get Devin excited, because I'm going to look no further and start with his team, Real Madrid, taking on Sheriff Tiraspol, who has so far gotten 3 points from Shakhtar, and Real Madrid, they ended up getting a good 1-0 victory at the end. Now, Devin, you're at home, playing against basically a no-name team. You expect that your boys will run riot over them?
We're going to dominate 3-1. Not going to be where, like with They play against Shakhtar. Shakhtar kind of I didn't expect that result, to be honest.
True.
Shakhtar over the last season. You remember that time when they had the COVID and in the Champions League and they play like a second 11 and they give Real Madrid problem and they gave Inter Milan. I think Inter was in our group too.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they gave them problem. So
Group.
yo, I was surprised because I was thinking Shakhtar was, because I think they're the team with some Brazilian, about quite a few Brazilian. They always
A
have
lot.
a lot, not a few, a lot of Brazilians down there. So it's not gonna be that like this when we get them. You know what I mean? It's 3-1. It could be more. Look for Benzema to be on the score sheet again because
And your favorite player.
oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness, man. I saw something that you made in a post today. Somebody made a post. And I didn't even respond. I just changed it up when somebody was saying overrated player and the nerve of you to say Vinny Jr. I just changed it up. And even Robbie Rich, he didn't even Robbie Rich don't even follow football. I just said Kirk Cousins. He didn't even understand. He didn't even know who I was talking about because he was asking me who's Kirk Cousins. So I didn't even bother to mention a soccer player or a football player. I just went to the NFL. Anyways, the only thing why my concern is the backline still, and the backline still not sorted out. So it may be the case where any team can put a one on us. They can put in a goal, but we're definitely gonna score. Going forward, we're gonna score. We have good attacking players, and one thing I'm good for at right back. Number two, the name again,
Carval.
Carval is back and he's fit and he's playing well. Because we struggled last year in that department. That guy that I was telling Gutierrez is good. So it's just for us to execute, and we know we're gonna score goals. It should be I'm saying 3-1. It could be more easy pickings, easy pickings, easy pickings. Can bet your house, Kems can win back your $1,000.
All right. Mannings, man, I know that you're on a vacation, well, a long vacation from this competition, but we're going to be in this conversation. Inter Milan, they lost 1-0 at home to Real Madrid last time out. They're going to face Shakhtar. Both teams faced an hill last time. Now, with them being away, you think Inter can rebound because they have been scoring goals for fun this season so far under this coach? Do you think that it's time for them to rebound, or Shakhtar being at home will get the best of them?
I think Shakhtar is going to beat them at home. I don't know. Inter is missing something. I don't know what they're missing.
Yeah, man.
But they're missing something, and some picking Shakhtar to beat them 2-1. Inter will score, but Shakhtar is going to score. Shakhtar always have these players. I mean, I didn't watch the first game, but they always have, like I said, Brazilians and some players that we don't know that pop up and just do some things, and you go, whoa. But is it actually in the Ukraine in their stadium, or are they playing elsewhere? Because I know normally those places they're always having some problems as to why they can't play in the Ukraine.
I believe it's taking place in Ukraine.
Yeah, they're going to beat Inter.
All right. Next up, Kims, we'll see. Yeah, it will take place in Ukraine.
Okay.
So Kims, next up we'll see Ajax taking on a team that they're expected to beat in Besiktas, a team that is up and down, a yo-yo team. Ajax, they went on the rampage last time out against Sporting. Do you see a similar thing come tomorrow?
Yeah, I actually see something similar. Ajax from a longer time, especially in their little Dutch league that they got going on. It's a team who love score goals and score a lot of goals. I was actually surprised to see, the match between them and Sporting. So I think Ajax will win. I think they'll score. I think they'll score about 4 goals.
Okay. Next up we'll see Milan, that's AC, taking on Atletico Madrid. I mean, AC last time out, they lost thriller to Liverpool, and Atletico, they're a team that I dislike, man. This team does let you have a lot of heartache and pain at times. They drew 0-0 with Porto. Devin, you're the man that follows Spanish League, and you're the man that loves Spanish League so much. Do you think that they can get a victory tomorrow?
It's that team where I don't like them because they just play like at times some boring football. You know what I mean? At times they play some boring football. And then AC Milan.
The,
I
produ- the, produ- the
don't
producer
think
said you
that's
should
wrong.
correct yourself. The producer said you should correct yourself, David.
Yeah.
Man said they don't play boring at times. It's all the times.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I don't know if the love Simone and everything, but this game is like a 1-1 draw. I like AC Milan, but away, especially it's away. I don't see Atletico trying to go out on the all attack to even win. It's like if AC probably gonna have to take the game to them and they catch them on the counter. So it's not gonna be like an end-to-end game. I don't see probably a 1 hour. It could be a snooze fest as they call it, a 0-0. It's gonna be a draw game to me. I don't see a winner in this game. I don't see a 0-0 or 1-1.
Okay.
You see, the thing with this game is that, Atletico, they lost over the weekend. They lost over the weekend, and as Levon said before, they have been uncharacteristically leaking goals. Like they want leak. Like everybody has scored against them. Like, all right, Atletico over here, give me a goal, give me a goal. I don't know what's going on with the defense, but we're definitely gonna put some respect on the defending La Liga champions name. We're gonna put some respect on the man name, and I don't think AC Milan will beat them. AC Milan's at home, but I don't think AC Milan will beat them. I just think that Atletico, I just think that pride will show up. I think that the coach will, get these guys fired up. And I think it'll be a boring game, but I think Atletico will win 1-0.
Okay. So here's Demo saying that when do we start calling Joao Felix a flop? And
We spoke about
I said it the other day on this podcast that had Joao Felix been English, long time ago they would have been calling him a flop. But because he's not English, that's the reason why you haven't heard the sound longer while. But a game of significant interest tomorrow. We'll see two teams that people as favorites to win the Champions League taking on each other, and we're talking about PSG taking on Man City at home. Man, do you think that PSG can get a win under their belt, knowing that they drew 1-0 last time out with Bruges? And again, this is another team that I dislike because as long as they let me lose my money, I hate
Well,
it.
having watched what City did on Saturday, Phil Foden, I think I did mention it. When Phil Foden comes back, listen, that PSG defense is they have gotten younger, but they have not gotten better. They're going to struggle against this high press Manchester City team. So I'm going to pick City to win, but Messi to have a good game.
In which he hasn't so far.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a good 60 minutes, but I think Jack Grealish is going to give center back from Inter Milan. What's his name again?
Centre back?
No, right back.
Right back. Oh, Hakimi.
He's going to have a whale of a time against Jack Grealish.
Yeah, because Hakimi kind of forfeit defending that man. It's just
exactly. So I'm picking City to win.
Yeah. Sorry, you said about Messi having a good game. He didn't play over the weekend.
No, he was injured, but I hear that he has.
He's back. He's in training.
No, is he listed to play tomorrow, or you hear anything about it?
Yeah.
He's listed.
Yeah.
Okay.
All I'm going to say about this game is that I already picked PSG to win the Champions League. I already buy my ticket from way out win. All I'm going to say about this game is that Ruben Diaz, if it's him and Laporte, I don't know John Stone's status, but whoever is around that defense is going to be a long night for them around there. It's going to be a long night for them.
Didn't City beat PSG last season in the Champions League?
Was it City? Which way it was?
With Mahrez.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's okay? So
Manning's man.
I just jogging my memory, because I'm a little old, so I try to remember things.
So hold on. What on the level?
I'm just trying to remember. That's all.
Understood, but I'm asking you a question as well. Haven't we
teams beat teams last season and then this season.
No, man. Like, Lord have mercy. I'm just trying to remember. I
What he
wasn't
said
really
is
trying
just
to
he's
make a
trying to
point.
remember. He didn't remember about it, so he's just asking a
I'm not
question.
trying to make a point.
Oh, it's irrelevant in this season's conversation, though. I'm just saying.
All right, Manningsman, something that is relevant to the conversation this season is that PSG has looked out of sorts. This front three
Defensively, in
together
particular, they have been conceding goals.
Yeah, they have been conceding, but I'm talking about their offense now. Their offensive line hasn't looked that good. When all these three players that came
Pochettino is a very patchy coach. He's not good.
He's not a good coach. Poor coach.
Man was at Spurs for 100 years. And never won a teacup, man.
Levon and him friend them wanted him to take over Manchester United. Absolute badness.
He would do better than the man who is there
right
now.
You're crazy, man. No,
I'm
same
telling you.
level. Same level. Go ahead, man.
If that man can make that Dele Alli look good, I'm sure that he can do wonders with this team.
Listen, I don't rate Pochettino still. I've never I didn't think you'd have done the job at United, and I don't think he can do the job at PSG. I don't trust him when it comes on to big games. I've seen him struggle at Tottenham in big moments. Too much to have any confidence in him in big games.
But he's going to win the league, though.
Mannings, man. He'll win that little Curry Goat League. Mannings,
well,
man.
Did he win it last season?
He didn't last season, but he'll win it this season.
Okay, just want to remember.
So let me tell you, with this coach, what he does well, he dresses well. When he's commentating in the studio, he talks well about the game. But in terms of coaching statistics and tactics, the coaching and tactics, I don't like how this man gets a PSG job.
I think we know two different Pochettino, because I know for a fact that this Pochettino struggles to speak English language, so I can't see how he taught the game well.
No. When I'm saying, so say for example, if he's describing the game, even if he's struggling to talk English, what he's saying about the game is good stuff. I'm not talking about
analysis.
Right. Because not mean that.
I remember Dimo came on the show and Dimo said, "Oh, this man already win a trophy with PSG, the trophy that was already made to him because him take up the team and the team already in the finals against a joke team, right? But like when you have these powerhouse teams, you can't have the little mediocre Ole coach and the Pochettinos and them. You need some real serious coach.
Listen, Pochettino is getting fired by January. either Zidane or Conte.
Please don't say you're sure.
I am sure that Pochettino will not be at PSG past January. I am sure.
All right. I can break your bubble. He will be.
He will. Past January.
On what basis you said that, man? Because on what basis you said that? By January, where will the Champions League be? At what stage?
Man, think about it.
Right, go ahead, producer.
Man, you're not thinking about that logically, right?
I am telling you that he's
going to continue to lead the league, right? That's one point into January, because they've won all the games thus far in the league, right?
Right.
Then they're going to come out of the Champions League group stages, and then remember that the Champions League knockout round won't start
until February.
Exactly.
No, man. So between now and December, he and Messi are going to fall out. You're talking about results. I'm not talking about him and Messi. Before now and December, he's going to have a falling out with Messi, and Mbappe going to get upset, and they're going to get somebody who can manage them. Listen, look where man. Listen, these guys are falling from the Champions League winner coach to Pochettino. Look how far they're falling.
Yep.
Listen, it's like you fall from a queen to a peasant.
Tuchel had the same problems with big players at PSG, so perhaps the club might realize that the Eagles, because there was always rumbles between Tuchel and Neymar.
That is why they're going to get like Zidane.
So there's
or a Conte. And when the Manchester United the fans don't want Zidane to move January and go there, because they figure they're going to miss out on him and they really want.
Hold on. Which Manchester United fans that is?
Not
this one.
I don't want Zidane.
I don't want Zidane and I don't want Conte.
I don't want none.
We're not going like Zidane, a bad coach who no one Zidane.
Zidane is a bug coach. Zidane is a bug coach. All that man does is the same thing that Ole does at United. That's man management. He has no tactics.
Yeah, but look, the man can win champions so much time and I say man about coach man win.
Because the man never come on,
What
kind of coach would he be?
I can't see what's Zidane's philosophy or identity regarding football.
What?
Individual brilliance.
Hold on.
Always individual brilliance.
You have to prefer an identity and no trophies.
I can't see what his identity is.
You have to prefer to have a philosophy. Every day I hear this talk about.
Listen, Devin. Listen, Devin. What you're not getting in that?
You have to have an identity and no trophies. Give me
Devin.
trophies.
Devin, listen what you're not understanding. You have a team of world-class players. What do you think is going to happen if you have someone that is good at man management?
Yes, but he's a man manager.
What do you want? So what do you know the results you want? So all right.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a local coach.
He doesn't have a long term.
Who I watch and I see and I look at another coach. You see Bertis, I don't think Bertis is the best tactical coach over there. No. But Bertis get the best out of the players that I see. So if he's better at that and he get the result, I don't want a coach like give me another coach like
Donovan Duki.
Duki, good technical.
No, Devin, you can't use Devin.
He's still a fall short with the results. He's still a fall short with the results. Give me the man who's better at man management and give me
Devin. And then Devin using Bertis as a local coach is a bad comparison because Neverbill is known as probably the only local coach with an identity of football or a style of play regarding school football. He's known to play pretty football, right? So
but management, all right, he has a style of play, but like
he does.
He's not as tactical as other coaches. But
Let me ask him. Let me agree with this. How many
you would
coaches?
rather have all than Zidane.
Let me ask him.
No, none of them.
Repeat.
No, underrate Zidane, brother. Zidane has not failed. Zidane has not failed.
How many coaches?
What did he do
Hold
after
on, Levan. How many coaches can have a Eden Hazard and put him on the bench and still win? Put Gareth Bale on the bench. Come on. Not many coaches can make those strong decisions. That's
all right. What was Kemp's point all along? What was Kemp's point all along?
You see you guys measure things differently.
Coach, a big
you're talking about an unfit Hazard,
right? That's how Real Madrid squad is. That you can bench Eden Hazard. That's how good the squad is.
And then again, you're talking about an unfit, injured player. So come on, Mannings, man.
And Hazard was unfit and injured.
You're talking about the golfer, Gareth Bale, the golfer. Yo,
come on, Mannings.
Come on.
This squad wasn't
you know what is funny? Watch it. You guys are saying he had an unfit Hazard, a golfer, right. Gareth Bale.
So
well on that means, and then you're saying his squad is deep. I don't understand your reasoning.
But his squad is deep.
That is why he's
come on, Bridget.
Which coach nowadays know about squad that's deep that win? Every big coach have big squad. Pep have big squad. I want to talk
not necessarily because Klopp did not have a big squad when he won the Champions League. He didn't.
Klopp money a big player.
No, hold on. Oh. No, man. When Klopp won the Champions League,
he had a good first 11. Not a squad.
Not a big squad.
Listen, when Klopp won, Klopp had the number one centre back in the world, the number one goalkeeper in the world.
He might strike up there.
He also had the number one Alexander Roberts.
Stupid point. You know that you're listening, Mannings, man. Listen again. A man has a good 11. Not squad.
No. Listen to my point. In his squad, listen, depth of squad is important, but if I have in my starting 11 5 of the number one players in their position in the entire world, brethren.
Not
how many teams number?
That's
no.
But
that is the truth.
They only win because of the good players then.
So hold on. Listen, Real Madrid under Zidane had Sergio Ramos, who is slated as the greatest defender of all time. People have him in that conversation. You have Rafael Varane, one of the best defenders in the world, world class again.
Manchester.
You had Luka Modric. That
World
man won
Player of the
balance.
Year.
That man won World Player of the Year.
Yeah.
You had Toni Kroos, big midfielder. That you have Cristiano Ronaldo. Man,
and they win. So
yes, they did. And then you look at the bench now. You look at the bench now, right?
So when Bayern win, Bayern have big players too.
So who was saying that they don't?
Bayern have a big Bayern does have a big.
So coach. So wait. Every squad you need big players. You need big players. So
again, you guys are missing the
not
point.
going to Champions League without big players.
Let me ask you this.
I remember in recent time to win anything without any.
Kems, go ahead.
Marino, he was
Let me ask Kems a question.
Kems, go ahead.
Remember that.
Kems, if would you prefer to have Zidane winning Champions League 3 seasons with you without a clear identity? Or would you prefer a coach to come in to have an identity and don't win the Champions League?
I don't win the Champions League.
That's my question to you.
Hold on, no. So I'm gonna answer, right? Obviously, we're not clone. Some of the prefer. However, when we look at the side that Manchester United have right now and the competition that we're going against, as I telling you before, we have players, but we're going against a Chelsea coach, we're going against a Klopp, we're going against a Pep. I don't see Zidane coming in a Manchester United side and giving us an advantage over these teams. I just don't see it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you can tell me about whatever he achieved at Real Madrid. Okay, good, nice. But I just don't see Zidane coming in and giving Manchester United that oomph that they need to go over the top.
And I agree, Kev. I don't see it either.
So let me ask you a question. Who you think can come in and give you a oomph? Give me a coach. Give me one coach, Ken.
There's other coaches out there.
No, Ken.
Coach at Ajax.
Ken. You believe that the coach at Ajax can come and take it to Champions League?
Over Zidane?
Over Zidane.
Yeah.
So wasn't he at Ajax when Zidane was at Real Madrid?
What?
Mannings,
Now
man.
I'm asking you a question.
Mannings, man. Raise the level, Mannings, man. You're talking about a Real Madrid side that is superior to the Ajax team.
No. I'm not talking about. Here's what I'm asking you. Did the Ajax coach have Ziyech? I think his name is. May get the pronunciation wrong.
Ziyech.
Didn't he have Delete and all of these guys?
Yeah, but this still wasn't better than Real Madrid side.
No. The comparison is not Real Madrid. I'm not comparing his squad with Real Madrid squad. I'm talking about the coaches. Don't mix up the squad. Understand my point? Because your point is you want a coach to bring you over the hump. Yes. There's a coach that has proven to take players. What do you call them? Because you have a good squad, you know. You have Ronaldo, you have Pogba, you have a good squad. Why would you trust a coach that, I'm going to use your argument, players that were not as good as Real Madrid, but they were good enough to be sold for a lot of money? He couldn't bring them over the hump.
All right.
But you're going to trust a coach who has taken players over the hump. You're not going to trust a coach who has taken players over the hump. Why you want to take Zidane?
Still not a good point, because you're still going back to the exact same argument that we are making, that Zidane had the players. This man didn't have those players.
Yeah,
he come out of the players in the Mannings, man.
But isn't that the point? So what I'm saying to you, do you have those players now at Real Madrid? At Manchester United?
No,
that can take it. But that is the point.
Not as much as Real Madrid
I'm making. So is that no man. So listen, no. Listen what I'm saying to you. You are saying that the present crop of players you have, you're not deep enough to go to the Champions League. Yet win the Champions League. Yet you're gonna give a coach who has never done it with players who are not good enough. Why do you believe you'll be able to do it?
Mannings, man,
That's the point I'm making.
You listen to what I'm going to say to you. This man who never had the players took that Ajax team to the semi-finals of a Champions League.
Yep.
Right? So we are saying that coach Manningsman, right, is good at improving average players, basically.
Yep. That's it.
Based on what?
The best out of average players.
It's all right. Go on for the Ajax coach, brother.
And I can tell you next man that can take over United and do way better than Ole.
Nagelsmann. He's another one.
No, but you can't get Nagelsmann, so we're going to rule him out. He's at Bayern, so he's not coming.
Exactly.
Brendan Rodgers can do that. Brendan
Rodgers, that was at Liverpool.
I'm not asking that. I didn't
Brendan
stutter.
Rodgers, that Brendan Rodgers, that
I
was
never stuttered.
that was that is at Leicester.
The
You
same
trust
Brendan Rodgers, the
Brendan
same Brendan
Rodgers?
Rodgers that won FA Cup just the other day beating Man City. That same
You
Brendan
think Brendan Rodgers would do a better job with Manchester United and Zidane?
No, than Ole. Ole.
No, I'm not comparing
Listen,
Brendan. Listen, I'm not
listen,
comparing Brendan
listen.
with Zidane we are talking about. You
Listen.
trust this Manchester United side with Brendan Rodgers over Zidane?
Yes,
me.
I'll take Brendan Rodgers over Zidane right now.
Oh my God. No, we don't take no more of this.
Not asking, I'm telling you. I'll choose Brendan Rodgers over Zidane right now.
Not me. No, sir. No, sir. No, Levan. No one. No, sir.
I'm not kidding. Zidane has nothing called identity. Nothing.
I know what Brendan Rodgers.
Hold on, let me ask you again. You know that Brendan Rodgers was at Celtic? And, and he's at Leicester now? And you know what position Leicester was in, and the same Manchester United with other guys like past them, brethren. And you gonna take that?
Hold on. You're coming with a lot of nonsensical points.
What kind of nonsense?
The same Brendan Rodgers who had that Leicester team above United were plagued by a whole lot of injuries. The same Brendan Rodgers on multiple occasions is injuries that kill this man. And if you look at Leicester, all right, let's compare them.
Leicester the last 2 seasons,
listen
Leicester coming into
listen to Standerman and listen to my point. Would you say that Leicester is a superior medical facility to Manchester United?
Superior.
Would you say that Leicester, the same Leicester that was in 5th position or 4th position or whatever, has a better team than Manchester United?
Leicester has one of the.
I'm asking.
Brethren, you answer. Leicester right now have one of the best medical facilities and training facilities in the entire Premier League right now.
I never asked you that. I asked you about United specifically.
Brethren, me don't know Manchester United. Ask about Arsenal. Me don't know what the medical facilities are like. All
we are discussing about Man United and
Leicester. I'm saying, give me Zidane any day over Rodgers.
Yeah, that's you. That's you. And Kim's personally for me, give me Rodgers over Zidane.
Me personally, I don't want Brendan Rodgers nowhere near. That's another.
I take Rodgers over any one of them.
That's another kind of migraine for me, brother.
And guess what? And guess what also? I'll take Graham Potter over Zidane right now.
Listen, all right, cool. Okay, because I think Graham Potter is a very good, but Brendan Rodgers, brother.
Oh, so you think that Graham Potter is a better coach than Brendan?
Of course, Graham Potter better than Brendan Rodgers.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
Kenny Rodgers, that brethren, he's gonna play guitar and sing some, and what them call them song there.
Let's move on. Let's move on. The same Brendan Rodgers that take Leicester City to 5th twice and won FA Cup against Man City. Community Shield against Man City. Okay.
Hey, you guys use titles for convenience, you know.
No, I don't.
Brendan Rodgers is better than Arteta.
Of course, he's better than Arteta.
Brendan Rodgers. All right. So Arteta. How long has Arteta been coaching at the Premier League level?
You
answer the question.
So you're going to come. Yeah, man, I would agree with you because Arteta this is just Arteta like first full season.
Arteta is a garbage coach as well. But let's move on. Tomorrow we'll see Porto taking on Liverpool.
Listen, I would love for you to do a show. I'd love for you to do a show with Manchester United fans only. Brendan Rodgers over Zidane. I just want.
I can.
No, there's a difference there, man. A lot of United fans are also Real Madrid fans. So
simple as that.
You're about to have many of them that back.
Do a show like that because I would just stay in the background and just listen.
Man, man just explain to you. A lot of United fans are Madrid fans.
After that show with your Manchester United fans, be sure you're going to take a break. You're going to go up and fasting when they're done with you.
No. For what reason? Manning's man.
Even Kevin beat you.
You see the difference between you guys and I is that I'm prepared for whatever challenge that comes through. I can substantiate whatever point I make. I don't run from arguments.
All right. Cool.
Tomorrow we'll also see Porto taking on Liverpool. Liverpool won 3-2 against AC Milan, their previous fixture, and they're looking to make it 2 in a row. This Porto team, they have been mean defensively, but it's a team that can be beaten. They have proven over the years that, they are there for the taking. Well, and no team has been able to do that. But tomorrow, Kim, do you think that Liverpool will actually get this W over them?
Yeah, definitely. I think Liverpool will definitely bounce back. I think they'll bounce back from that disappointing 3-all draw with Brentford. Yes, the Porto has definitely been stingy. They had that 0-all draw with Atletico. Atletico had few chances, but I think offensively Liverpool is a much more oiled machine than Atletico. Porto didn't have that much to deal with, from Atletico, but they will have a handful and more to deal with from Liverpool. So I definitely think that Liverpool will. We see it. We see it when Porto played against Chelsea. Chelsea was just too much for them. Yes, obviously, I'm referring to last season. So I just think Liverpool right now, offensively, they're an oil machine. Salah is scoring for fun. Mane is getting amongst the goals, and Jack is always there. So I think Liverpool. I think Liverpool will win.
Okay. And with the final fixture of, the final fixture for tomorrow, because there'll be fixtures on Wednesday, but tomorrow we'll preview those ones. So we'll see RB Leipzig, who were involved in a 9-goal thriller with um, Man City, taking on Club Brugge, who drew 1-1 with PSG. Manningsman said that Leipzig has looked a shadow of themselves. They don't look like the team that they were, and they tend to be slow. So tomorrow, Mannings, do you think that they can get a double at home over
Yeah, man.
Club Brugge?
Leipzig. I mean, they're getting better. Watch them. And what the guy
Is
named
that a performance on the weekend?
yeah, man. And Kuku. Yeah. I think yeah, man. And he also played well in the game against Manchester City.
Was it an a trick that he scored?
Yeah, he scored an hat trick in that game. Yeah. So I think they're gonna beat Club Brugge. I think.
I heard that Liverpool is having a run for him,
And Kuku.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very good striker. I think.
I know
think.
he's not a striker though.
Yeah.
He's a box-to-box midfielder.
Really? And
Yeah.
well, when I watched him on the weekend, he was playing forward.
No man, alright, but I'll tell you what he does. You remember Van de Beek, the season that Ajax played against Tottenham?
Yeah.
And Van de Beek were making those late runs into the box.
Oh, so it's kind of
He's a similar type player.
Oh. Very good, very good, very good player.
But
But Leipzig is going to. The thing is that Leipzig is one of these teams that they always score. They always score. But I think the defense is their problem, and I keep saying, I think that they have not replaced what's his name, big defender that went to Bayern Munich.
Mm-hmm. That's an open Makana.
Oh yeah, they haven't replaced him with good enough coverage. So, but they are going to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to end this live soon, so I'm just going to do as per usual. Starting with Kems, go ahead and talk about whatever is on your mind.
Whatever is on my mind.
And don't repeat the stress about Ole.
No, I'm not repeat that, man. Get over that. But my Green Bay Packers got a big W last. 37 seconds to go on the clock, no timeouts. Aaron Rodgers driving down the field, 75 yards to get that nice field goal. To put Green Bay Packers 2-1. So I'm feeling good about that. We still got some track and field stuff going on that I won't really touch.
Nah, man, we have a track and field show, I believe, Thursday.
Okay. Well, then, basketball season is starting October 19. The Lakers are out there. LeBron James already lost some weight, slimmed down, ready for the season. He's not going to play the small forward anymore. He's moving to the power forward. So, Lakers in 5. Have a good night, guys.
Mannings, man.
Yeah, I want to say, listen, Arsenal, 3 games, 3 wins. We have Brighton away. That's 4 games, 4 wins. You understand me? Then we have Crystal Palace at home, 5 games, 5 wins. Then we have Aston Villa at home, 6 games, 6 wins. All right. And then we have Leicester away, 7 games, 7 wins, 21 points.
Well,
I am sure.
Mannings, man, that is the funniest part of the show, to be honest. So it's 7 wins on a track.
The funniest part of the show is you say that you take Brandon Rogers over the
Rogers is goat, man. Rogers is at goat levels.
Yeah.
But I say thanks to all our viewers, man. You're the one that made this possible, and I see all of you in the comment section, man. Too much names to call out, so I'll just say big up all of you. You're the one that makes this possible, and I'll keep on telling you guys, keep on subscribing to the channel. And oh, Elton, the producer said that you're bramble and he's not going to appreciate any of your comment or acknowledge any of your comment until you decide to come on the show because they keep on running away from the show. So he's not going to accept or acknowledge your comment. So Elton Gardner, that's for you. But again, thanks to your viewers, thanks to our producer Josh Carl, make this possible. Thanks to Ryan who was here earlier, Stephen, Devin who had some computer issues, so you have to run off. Probably the discussion was too heated for him. Thanks to Manningsman. And remember, guys, as always, I keep on telling you, Manningsman has good quality content over on his channel, right over there at I Am Sure Sports. Go over there and give him the support as well. And as I said, nobody's taking away anybody's viewers or subscribers. The thing is that YouTube is big enough for everybody to survive. We're all here to support each other. So once support is here, we'll give what the support. And man can tell us regular I'm in his comment section, man, beating the people on the show. But big up Kems as well. It was a bit emotional at the start of the show. Understandable because only it's time to lift up.
Lose him
But
$1,000.
on that note, what's on sports tomorrow, guys? Champions League in action tomorrow, guys. So ensure that you watch on sports. Until next time, which will be tomorrow. Take care. Peace out.